say what they are. Pick me up with golden hands. I'm gonna say you, I'm gonna tell you to run. No, they say what they are. Well, I would like.
Alright, good afternoon. This is a bit of a short catch-up video since I haven't really been recording much. Not much going on. I'll insert the clip here with an update about the apple tree, which is doing pretty decently. Alright, a little update on the Arkansas Black. I put some more soil in the bottom just now because some of the top of the roots were showing and it wasn't very stable in the ground. I put this branch over this one because it was hanging really low into the weeds, which still need to be killed or cut. But we're down to 6. We had 1 casualty. This hole, I think, had been in it for a while. I wasn't sure how it was going to fare, so I picked this one. So not too bad. Still at least another couple of months before I can pick them. Keeping my eye on these. I don't know if that's from touching the weeds or not. I just sprayed them all with some insecticide and some fungicide. I don't like the look of that one either. I don't want to twist it around in case it comes off. So they all have a few dark spots on the back. Ooh, that one does too. And a weird dimple. I hope that's not a bug spot. I don't think so. I know I just recorded that the wrong way, and I look like shit from doing all this work just now, but yeah. We'll keep our eye on it. Jeez. Keep my eye on it and see how many we get by October. And then I will wrap them and store them till Thanksgiving. Hopefully they'll darken up some more. I'd be happy if I had 3 or 4. Maybe make some apple butter because that wouldn't be enough for a pie. But so yeah, I will catch y'all later when there's something else interesting to video about. I'm gonna insert a little clip about what happened out here last night, which was crazy. I don't know what's going on. You never hear cops down here. They're chasing somebody up the hill. It's so weird because we live in a dead end. First I thought I was hearing sirens from like a street over or up the other side of the mountain. That is fucked up. They just went flying down the hill on the other side, whoever they're chasing. Couldn't have been safe. Well, there's the third one. What the hell? I don't understand what the hell's going on. And I'm not nosy enough to get in my car and find out. Although flying on a dirt road is never safe. I saw a car a couple years ago overturned. I'm gonna listen and see what I can hear. Gonna have to get in the Lud Hill group. See what gossip starts flying around. I hear the neighbors shouting down there. Okay, somebody's laughing. Still hear the sirens. There's also a really sharp turn when they get down to the pavement. Oh, sounds like they went to the right. Which is worse. Because the dirt road to the right, I just heard the truck accelerate. The dirt road to the right at the bottom of the hill gets worse and steep and sharp. Wonder if anybody else is going to come up the road. And the other day, last week, before I went to Kansas City, I purchased these. So I'm finally closer to getting my breakfast room completed. Don't mind the dirty living room as I pan. I also got these from Home Depot a week ago or so. I didn't want to have to cut them down so much, but that's the only way they would fit into my car. That's what's going on the wall over there. I think I'm going to work on the breakfast room today. The only problem, and I don't know if I can show it here, if it's going to it's got this piece of wood right here. I guess it's like a baseboard for decoration. So I need to cut a notch in here. I've just been too lazy to get that done. So I'm going to try to do that today. Later, I think. Get the bar stools in here. This room is just a disaster. What with this stack of boxes still in here, and that stack of boxes still in here. I don't know if they're ever going to go, but you know, that's the reality. I'm not one of those famous YouTube vloggers with the perfect big house, because, you know, that's not reality. You guys have seen the house before. So, yeah, that's that. Oh, the other thing I'm doing, I don't know if I'll record. I quit recording my hair stuff because I change it so often. This is probably the longest I've had my hair the same color this year. And it's looking a little minty. But the color I'm going for next, I did decide to cave and do the whole fall thing, is actually similar to this. And I don't know if this is going to show up true on camera. It's like a reddish brown, like a mahogany brown. And I think I mentioned in a vlog ages ago that the last few years I've tried to do that, it always ends up a little more purpley burgundy rather than a brownish red burgundy, if that makes any sense. So, in fact, I had bought a bottle of Arctic Fox last week, did a test strand, didn't like it. So I took it back and I picked up some this really pretty red color from Ion and some brown. Like, it's this Clairol, let's see, what's it called? It's these, like, it's some of the only temporary hair dye that you can get that's like regular hair color and not just crazy hair colors. Let me see if I can get that to focus. This one's called Rosewood Brown. And then with that, I'm mixing it with this garnet, which is a really pretty dark red. I already mixed it like 50-50, a little bit more brown and a little bit more red to see which way I'm going to like it. I know it is going to somewhat slightly mix with this. I'm not sure. But anyway, I ended up with this color. So I may do that today because I'm always doing it the day before or the day I work and always cutting it short. Not sure what else there is to say except that I still haven't found those VHS tapes, which makes me mad. I really wanted to do some reactions to the other two. I don't think I threw them away. The last video I posted, I could see the bag that I thought they were in on the couch that I might have tossed. But upon further inspection, I don't think they were in there. Yeah, I don't know. All right, well, that's pretty much it for now. Nothing major going on. I did go up to Kansas City to help my dad the other day, and I was told before then that I had to get my headlight fixed before I could work again. last Wednesday, I messaged my boss and said, well, okay, then I guess I won't be until at least Saturday. That's when I get it fixed, but the mechanic ended up not working Saturday. He won't be back open till tomorrow. So I've now been told that I have got a no-call, no-show for Friday and Saturday. So yeah, I'm hoping I don't have to start looking for another job next week. I really don't think it's that serious. My store is pretty lenient, but it was Labor Day weekend, and I think my GM was probably just in a really bad mood from all that. My friend Billy didn't work either because she's had pink eye now for the last week and a half. Oh yeah, I called Jordan Valley. I have a doctor's appointment next Friday. I know I've mentioned many times I haven't seen a doctor since 2012. I'm going to get a few things looked at. Specifically, ask about some arthritis. Other things I can't quite recall right now. Mostly, and actually this is the wrong shoulder to be holding this phone with. Ugh. The pain in my shoulder has gotten really, really worse, and I'm now having pain in my elbow. I don't know if it's arthritis. I don't know if it's fibro. I don't know if it's a torn. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna pay $50 for the appointment, and they said if they do anything over and above that the same day, I'll get billed for the rest, because I told her I wasn't gonna be able to come with any more than $50, and I didn't want to, not get an x-ray just because I couldn't afford an x-ray that day. So, fingers crossed. That's the end of that. Hopefully the weather cools down soon. I can do some more work at the end of the driveway. We can get our guy out here to rebuild the deck, the porch, whatever the heck you want to call it. I'm sorry I haven't been around much. It's that time of year where I'm really, really, what is my hair doing? I'm really, really looking forward to the weather changing. I absolutely can't stand really humid summers. So fall is welcomed, and sometimes September, sometimes October. I just get kind of, I don't know. I just get all into this solitude type mood and don't want to do much of anything. I work and then I want just my time to be my time. But that being said, I am going to Kansas City in October for the Hearts release, which I think is the 20th. Something else is happening in October. I know our first football game is Thursday. What is happening in the beginning of October? I don't know, but since I'm going to see Heidi, the woman who runs stillbirthday.com, when I have some time, which is a lie, I have a lot of time, I need to get around to doing my little book reports on the books that I need to do. I need to turn that into her, as well as the flyer that I've already made with the resources around my area for doulas. And after that, I'll be certified. I think I'll get my certificate for being a birth and bereavement doula. And I'd like to be able to either hand those to her in person or send those to her here in the next couple of weeks so that I can be certified on or before Pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Day, or when I see her for the Hearts release, which I think would be really cool. Anyway, my arm was really getting tired. This wasn't supposed to be 10 minutes long. I promise I'll do some reactions as soon as I can. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. I've lost 2 of my 4 patrons because I only put 1 video up last month, and that's nobody's fault but my own. I do have 1 subscriber who said he would always have my back, and I thank him for that. So I guess I will catch up with you guys when I get a chance. My birthday's in a couple of weeks. Not doing anything special since I was just up in Kansas City to see my mom and my dad. And I don't expect my mom to come down to Branson with COVID things still going on. Wow, why are my dimples so prominent today? Or at least this one. Maybe I have extra fat in my face, which isn't a good thing. Yeah, my arm's getting really tired. I will talk to you guys later. I keep saying, I don't know. When I edit these things, I realize my flaws a lot. I'll catch up with you guys later. I'm done rambling. Thanks for watching. Bye. Forgot to add, there will be no reaction video with my dad. We just flat out ran out of time. Originally, I thought we'd be done with his shopping and all that stuff at 2 or 3 in the afternoon, which I was shooting for, giving myself an hour, 2 at the most, to do a video so that I could get back down here, you know, at a halfway decent time. But all that being said, we didn't even get back from all of his running around to his house till something like 5:30, 5:45, and I didn't even pull out of his driveway until 6:30, I think it was, maybe 6:15. It was ridiculous. Yeah. But speaking of my dad, oh, I wish I would have recorded part of our conversation last night. It has been a hoot. Let me tell you, trying to teach him how to use a smartphone. He swore up and down and sideways for years that he would never ever use anything but his flip phone. I bought him that little visible smartphone just so he could text and call me, and so that we could FaceTime once in a while, because he doesn't get data on his other phone. I learned that out by trying to send him a photo and found out he couldn't get photos. I think I mentioned that before. So last night we were just trying to get the basic down of a phone call. He doesn't, I mean, he's getting it now, but just basic words to him like icon and cursor, an app, completely foreign to him. So yeah, I might record a few of those, just to give you, you know, updates, just a little comic relief on trying to teach him how to use his smartphone. Anyway, yeah. Back again, because evidently I don't know how to stop talking and actually end a video when it's time. I was in Second Life yesterday. I don't know if I mentioned it. I did a replica of my kitchen because, along with doing that, and when I thought I was going to get 2 weeks off and be quarantined before Laura's birthday, I was going to do some rearranging. Because I need to get that wall up first, because there's a hole behind the microwave. So I can't just move the microwave because then the cats will be able to get in. So I'm thinking of, anyway, so I did the replica so I could put the 3 things I'm thinking of moving in, like where they are, and then rearrange them the way I'd like and see if I like it. It's one of the cool things about Second Life or something like Sims is that you could, you know, play house decorator. So I want to take the microwave, put it over here where the canisters are, so that way all of my cooking stuff is here. Because right now this door opens backwards. It's kind of hard to get to. And then there, I want to put the bread box. I don't mind the bread box over here on the little table thing. Realistically, it could stay there, but I don't know. And then put the canisters over here behind all this cereal and shit. Right now it's what's left over of the utensil holder I've been using forever and a day. But I got this one at the antique store not too long ago. I bought this decal on Etsy to put on it. So I don't need that one, although there's not enough room for all the spatulas in there, or the whisks. Those might just end up having to go in a drawer. So anyway, I wanted to know how well this countertop was going to look with just a little bread box and the canisters. It's definitely going to give me more room, because this ends up just being a waste of space anyway, although I didn't figure out what to do with the coffee pot. I don't know about that. And in my Second Life thing, I put the bread box here at an angle instead of squared, because that's how my mom's built-in bread box was at our old house. So I don't know. Maybe I could put the coffee pot in the corner. See, now I have to go into Second Life and put a coffee pot. Or I could put the coffee pot here. I don't know. I don't know. I eventually also want to get a hanging pot rack to go here to put my vintage skillets on. I may have mentioned that before, but yeah. And since they don't have, this is the really bad part. Since they don't have this little wire rack where it just has junk, I've had junk plus these little appliances forever. They didn't have that in Second Life, so I put cookbooks up here, which actually would be a great idea, which I might do, some vintage cookbooks. And then I bought a stack of dirty dishes just because I needed to make the kitchen feel like the kitchen, so that when I rearranged, it still felt, I like the space felt, you know what I mean. I'm gonna probably insert some of that and show you guys here, and do some more rambling, because yeah, I guess that's what happens when you don't vlog as often as you used to. I had to come back and get my iced coffee. I bought one of these at McDonald's and I forgot that this is kind of a cheat or hack. I did this last year. I don't know why I didn't do it at all this summer. Buy some cold brew or the bags. The bags are not as bad, but this is still cheaper because this is $4. Almost the size, the cost of one iced coffee. And then my favorite creamer, which when I make hot coffee, I just use 1/4 of a cup or so of creamer anyway. That's what fell over. Add this to it. Granted, I had probably this much left in the bottom from my McDonald's one, but bam, more iced coffee. Anyway, I'll be back in Second Life, and then I will finally close out. Ugh. And then I'll finally close out this video. Okay, so out here in the middle of the street is my kitchen for the most part. This would be the after. The way that I want to set it up. Again, this doesn't look as crowded as could be, but I kind of still tried to. Dish rack. See, with the bread box here, it's going to open up a lot of this as well, because this is kind of big and clunky sitting over here. I don't actually own this, but I do own that glass one I think I showed on a haul a while back, the glass cutting board. So it would make more room for that. I had to edit this yesterday because it was only a set of 3, so I had to make a 4th one. So I could see like how far it would stick out. Yeah, but come to think of it, I just had a thought process while I was sitting here. Since I said I didn't know what to do with the coffee pot, I could put the coffee pot here, but of course this doesn't show all the junk that's on that bench that needs to be cleared off. I could put the coffee pot here, but it's already got this plugged in, which really doesn't need to stay plugged in, and the freezer plugged in. But what if I kept the bread box? I need to make this quick because this whole video is already long. What if I kept the bread box here? And just really left this counter open. I mean, I don't use these as much as I should. They do actually have flour and sugar and stuff in them. And then I could put the coffee pot here, and then hang my vintage mugs like I've been wanting to do along this wall that's here. So regardless, I think it's still a good idea to move the microwave here, because this counter just feels like a throwaway counter, and at least this way it would be actually utilized for something, and I can open up this space here. Because right now I really don't have room to put my glass cutting board because the microwave takes up so much space and I've already got so much junk, which is my fault for all the junk, really. But and I'm actually in love with this cutting board design. I found it online somewhere for sale on one of those secondhand sites, but it's already sold. I hope I can find one sometime. That'd be cool. I don't hate mine, but I like that design. Anyway, if you guys have any comments, let me know. I don't think I have a coffee pot. Oh, actually, I do have a coffee press. Same. Same amount of space. Oh, coffee tables. That's furniture decor. Coffee cups, mugs. So yeah, I don't know what happened to that. Oh, this is gonna take forever to try. Got so much stuff. I think it's called breakfast. Breakfast tray. I've probably got the original tied in with something. Oh no, that's the cup. Oh no, that is. So it's not quite as big as my coffee maker, but it's a relatively decent size to imagine. Whoops. That little coffee maker there. And I just realized, I hope my microphone is recording all of this that I've been saying. I have a strange feeling it might not be after doing all that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, which way you like it best. I lied. I also love this little stand. Have you guys seen those like Gorilla Pod stands? This is like a mini version. It's like a little dog. I thought it was a dog with like 4 legs, and then you open its really big mouth and it grips your phone. But upon closer inspection, it kind of looks like a demonic horse or a dragon. I'm not sure which. But anyway, still not the best angle because it's a little bit up tilted. I can't tilt it too far down or else I'm going to run out of room. As I sat down, I forgot to mention I've been playing with the epoxy that I bought to cover the lighthouse in a month ago or so. First thing I made and bought from Hobby Lobby was, and I'm not going to do a whole video series because it'd be a waste of time. Since I'm not really in the epoxy game, I'm just playing with the leftover. Anyway, I bought some molds that look like tumblers, which are really freaking adorable. I bought some big squares and rectangles just to like make water designs with, which have come out pretty cool too. And then I got this bracelet one because I always wanted to have a bracelet made with a film strip. So that didn't come out as well as planned, but yeah. And then my second sit-down attempt, I played with these old candy molds I got last year, a couple years ago, from, who's that girl on YouTube? She started like 8 years ago. Anyway, I got these because the kids, at some point were supposed to get married and have like a gamer wedding. So I got these for chocolates and candies. So here's your little rupees from Legend of Zelda, and then here's all your little digital hearts. So I played with epoxy, and the reason these are still in here is because the icing gel that I used, my yellow is a little bit lumpy. It's a little bit dried out, and some of it sank to the bottom, as you can see here. So if you touch the bottom of this, it got my fingers yellow the other day, so they're still in here. Even the, like, I did one that's a mixture of 3 colors I had left over in the cups. So there wasn't that much yellow in it, just a little bit of iridescent and yellow, and it still did it to that one. So I haven't cleaned them off all the way. Anyway, that's enough about that. I don't know what I did with the bracelet. It's sitting around drying somewhere. I'm gonna have to go get it real quick. But here's all the little epoxy things I've been messing with. These were supposed to be keychains. But when I had some clear left over, because I used clear to top off these, dang it, because when they dried, they were really badly concave and sharp on the sides, and I didn't want to sand them. So I filled them back up with some clear. And when I ran out of that, I filled these up with the clear, which you can tell on the sides, I think, just barely. Well, maybe not on that one. But anyway, and then the epoxy ran through the hole I had already drilled. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with these. They're just for fun. I might make more later. Here's another one. This one you can definitely tell that I recoated the top of it. So, yeah. I was doing testing to see if icing coloring actually worked, because people said it did. So, I tested the pink, the blue, and the yellow in all of the little rupee things. And then I only filled them about halfway with the glitter, because I know glitter has a tendency to sink. So I filled them about halfway, let them sit for 20 to 30 minutes until the epoxy was still just pourable, and then poured some more so that I could get maybe a few suspended, and it kind of worked. So that was fun. Here's another one of the rupees. And then I also found out that acrylic paint works, only if you use it a little bit though. So I got this color shift iridescent one. This is supposedly what it looks like. And then this was the only metallic they had left. I have a couple of metallics hiding in a box somewhere from when I was going to do a galaxy acrylic pour, which I still haven't done. Bought a black canvas and everything. So that's what these are. This is the color shift one, and I don't know if it's going to work or not. And this is the metallic ice blue one. Now this one is really, really pretty. And it's still not wanting to focus. So yeah. And I don't think those are air bubbles. I think that's the iridescent part of the paint. So anyway, my first set of tumblers I played with was these three. I pretty much just did these as a clear acrylic pour, added a little bit of glitter, see what would happen. Most of the glitter fell to the bottom, but they're still cool. I think I might use one of them, maybe this one as a keychain, or this one, I don't know which. I might give that one to Billy because it's kind of mermaidy. I think they're cool. This one is foggy because, again, when I filled it up, it leaked through the hole. So I'm going to paint that with some clear real quick. And then this was a color test. This video is being way longer than I wanted it to be. This was a test of eyeshadow, my copper eyeshadow, to see how well it worked. And it worked really well. And then I had leftover playing with that. So I poured a blue and a white of each of these. Nothing fancy. If anybody wants it, either of these, let me know. For a keychain, I will send them to you. And then there's this one, which was basically leftover of the red, the blue, and the yellow. Thankfully, I don't think the yellow sank to the bottom like it did. There's one little dot, but you can't, it doesn't color your hand. And this at the top, I wiped the popsicle stick with the blue on it, and it, so yeah, I don't know what it did, but I'm sending this one to Jimmy Snow, to Mr. Atheist, because it kind of has that pan, reminds me of the pan flag, pan colors. Hopefully he'll like it. And last but not least, this is one of the first ones I did. This one was really pointy on the sides, and it's up to about here on either end. It has this really great feel from when I filled it with some more clear. But I think I'm going to turn this one into a keychain for myself. This was one of the very first things I did right after I bought the molds. And this color is made with alcohol ink. And I use white alcohol ink for the waves. I think I'm just going to drill a hole in it and make a keychain out of it. I gave a short one. There's a small rectangular piece, not much bigger than this, in the set of rectangles and squares. And I made a short one without the white, with just the leftover light blue, this greenish teal, and there's an indigo. Actually, I think the indigo is in the middle. Without the white waves, just because it was left over, I didn't want to waste it. I gave that to Billy already as a keychain. I'm trying to find, oh, duh, I'm using it as a coaster. Let me show you the big one. This is the first one I poured. This is the bottom because the white was heavier and it wasn't really an alcohol ink. And this is the top. I kind of don't like how it all gathered in the middle. I mean, I guess that's what it does. But, and I didn't specifically try to make it look like ocean waves in lines like that one. I just kind of plopped all the colors together in different sections and let it do its thing. And as it dried, the inks kind of did that. But I added a tiny bit of glitter to the blues with some iridescent eyeshadow, which I thought was a pure glitter eyeshadow, like the copper, but it wasn't a powder at all. It was this weird gel, so it got really clumpy, and yeah, so not using that in the future for iridescent. I may have to go ahead and get some mica from Mad Micas if I want to do that. Although this metallic paint works really well. So does this. But it's not transparent. It ends up drying opaque. So yeah, that's the end of me playing with the epoxy stuff. I picked up a fondant mold just now today. It's got like a starfish, coral, seaweed, a wave, a seahorse, and a shell. And I think I'm just gonna play around with those, and just because. If anybody's interested in any of those or wants a keychain made out of the tumblers or the little digital hearts, let me know. And maybe I can put those up. Maybe I can make that, I don't know, merch or something. So yeah. I don't know what I'm looking for. I feel like I'm missing them. Oh yeah, let me go find the bracelet. Alright, here's the bracelet, which is actually really cool. I used a film strip from some pictures we took at the cemetery ages ago. So there are 4 different headstones. Actually, 2 of them are the same headstone. This is a close-up of the lamb from this one. Anyway, it touches the bottom here from when it's set in the mold, and then this is the extra I had to add because the top of the film was sticking out just a little bit. It's also not perfectly flat here. It's got little edges I need to sand down, but I'm worried that, I mean, I have that big huge belt sander. I just would be afraid I'll get it crooked. It's also still relatively bendy, flexible to put it on. I don't know if that's the epoxy I used. I don't know if it's because of the film. I don't know, maybe it just takes that long to dry. It's been like 5 days. It's been out of the mold for 2. So yeah. Let me know if you guys want this as well. I can try to find some more film. It sucks I had to cut the film because if I'd have left it whole, it wouldn't have fit at all. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about all that stuff. I think I'm going to stop talking now because this whole video is already way longer than I said it was going to be. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Bye.